B-2 bombers acting as decoys for Iran crash lands in Hawaii of the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers deployed by the U.S. Air Force as decoys in last week's attack on Iran reportedly crashed and is now at an airport in the Hawaiian Islands. On June 28, the U.S. Air Force sent several B-2 bombers to the western Pacific Ocean along with several tankers, giving the impression that the U.S. was ready to strike Iran from that direction. Meanwhile, the actual strike force of 7 B-2s quietly flew across the Atlantic Ocean to approach the target from the opposite direction. The plan is believed to have been to fool the open-source intelligence community, which often closely monitors military activity through civilian aviation and satellite data. However, the actual number of B-2s involved in the diversion was very small, possibly only 2. One of them encountered a technical problem and had to divert to an emergency landing at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport in Honolulu, Hawaii. According to the U.S. website The War Zone opening parenthesis, TWZ closing parenthesis, this is not the first time the B-2 has had to stop in Hawaii. In the past, these aircraft have taken off and landed here many times during extended missions. In 2023, a B-2 also had to stay in Hawaii longer than expected after an incident that caused the entire fleet of this type to be temporarily suspended for 6 months. A video that appeared on social media on June 25th showed the stricken B-2 parked outdoors at Honolulu Airport, next to a police car on guard. The aircraft has the call sign MIT-14 and, according to commercial satellite images, is still in place. TWZ said the U.S. Air Force declined to comment on the location or specific condition of the B-2. We maintain the ability to strike globally at the discretion of the President of the United States, said a spokesman for the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command AFGSC. Our forces are always ready to operate independently or in coordination with our allies. Although still an important strategic asset, the B-2 fleet currently has only 19 aircraft in operation and is increasingly aging and complicated to maintain. However, the value they bring in long-range strike capabilities and stealth capabilities still makes the B-2 considered a rare, difficult-to-replace weapon in the U.S. Air Force's arsenal. According to TWZ, experts say that B-2 bombers having to make emergency landings in Hawaii is no longer uncommon due to the aircraft's old age and complex technical structure. Normally, B-2 South must be stored in special hangars with humidity and temperature control to maintain their stealth coating. The fact that the B-2 in the video was left outside for days suggests that the aircraft was having problems.